thing as well. Yeah. So let's say that is a router. This one is a router that's here at your home. And I'm gonna give it an antenna as well. So that's an antenna of the router. And the router is giving IP addresses to various devices that are there on your network. Different devices, isn't it? And this is exactly the scenario in our corporate environment as well, or places where you got networking components. Some of them are connected with network cables, some of them are connected through Wi-Fi, but regardless of the medium, they will get an IP address. Now, what does an IP address look like? An IP address looks like format. Let's say that's talking about machine A. Machine A, which got an IP address of 192.168.30.5, let's say, right? And there's another machine that's got the following IP. Along with that, you will also get something called as subnet mask, isn't it? So let's say the subnet mask here is 255.255.255.0, and this, our friend of mine, which is machine B, also has 255.255.255.0, right? So both of these are there. Now, the way these machines interact is, of course, through networking and through certain media, wireless or wired, but they need to know whether these two machines are in the same network or different network. And the governing factor here is the subnet mask. The subnet mask tells me whether they are in the different network or in the same network. Now here, because they have same subnet mask, it means they are in the same network. But that plain English statement or these numbers here, certainly I really don't believe in it. Let's go ahead and prove certain things here, right? The computers, we know, talk in numbers, but they do not talk in decimals. The numbers that you see, 192.168.30.5, are decimals. But we know the computers talk in ones and zeros only. Let's go ahead and try to convert that 192.168.30.5 and 255, all of that into what? Binary, right? So the way I do it is I do an LCM of 192 and split it up, right? And that's how I get it. But then I'll use calculator. The smart way of doing it is just go ahead and put that in programmer mode. And here I'll select, okay, decimal is good, 192. What is the binary of it? That one. 1 and rest of them are zeros. Okay, that's all zeros. Okay. Now, as you see, how many bits it got? 8 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an 8-bit. That is why it's called as an octet. Called as an what? Octet. Every part of the IP address is called octets. So how many octets do we have in IP address? 4. 4 octets we have in IPv4. And how many bits do we have? We have 32 bits. 8 into 4, 32. 8 for this one, 8 for this one, 8 for this one, and 8 for this one. So we'll have 32 bits in an IPv4 address. Just digressing from the topic, IPv6 has 128 bits. That's can accommodate billions of IP address, right? We talk about IPv6 when time comes. Now, this is 168. Let's go ahead and do the same thing, same magic for 168. This is 168, and that's that. Which is 1010 da 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 da, right? And then let's do for 30 as well. 30, right? So that appears to be a couple of ones, but this is not 8 numbers. So the balance ones, I'm going to put that as what? Zeros. 0. Is that 8? 1, 2, missing? Yeah, now that's 8. Similarly, 5, as far as I remember, it's 101 or 100. 101, okay. So that will be like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome, right? Let's do the same thing for the other person, which is 192.168.30.20. We know that the first part will be same, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's put that. I don't want it to be here. Okay. Okay, if that doesn't work, we'll do this. Okay, this is what? Machine A. And this is machine B. And we yet have to identify the last bit, which is 20. Okay, so I'll go back to our calculator, 20 binary, and that's that. Okay, dot. So we got 5 of these, 6, 7, 8. That's good, right? Let's do the same for 255, the subnet mask. Okay, just by experience, I'm going to tell you that subnet mask is all ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dot. It's all zeros here. Okay, and we're gonna have the same thing for this guy as well, because both of them's got same subnet mask. Okay, now electronics. In electronics, there's something called as AND operation. AND operation. So can I insert a table here? Awesome. This is cool. I can definitely. Oh, that's too big. Okay. Okay. So we got A as an input, B as an input, and O is output. So if value of A is 1 and value of B is 1, then the output doing an AND operation of 1 and 1 is 1. It's nothing but multiplication. We got 0 and 1, the output is 0. And if A is 1 and B is 0, then output is 0. We got 0, 0, this will be also 0. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's do the AND operation for the IP address and the subnet mask. Okay.
And or
And.
okay.
And is multiplication, or is addition. Okay. So let's do, so 1 and 1 is 1. 1 and 1 is 1. So since we have zeros, it's a multiplication between 0 and 1. It's going to be all ones.
Zeros.
Right? So here it's going to be 1 and 1, 1, 0 and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3. Correct?
Yeah.
That's it. And since we got 0 in the bottom line, we're going to get 8 zeros directly. Okay? Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the other guy, machine B, which is 1, 1, and a couple of zeros. And this one will be 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, dot 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, dot 0. Right? Now if you look at this output and this output, both are same.
Yeah.
Right? Machine A has got the same output. Machine B has got the same output. So when two machines do an AND operation and their output is same, it means that they are in the same network. And that's how computers do mathematics in the background.
Okay.
To identify whether these two machines are in the same network or not. Okay?
Okay.
So having said that, I will open a new drawing. Right. Now, let's say, this was your network. That's your router in your office, and in a couple of your employees, 8 employees are connected to the router. That's great. But what you've done is that your business really grows and you acquire the company which is next door. Okay? You go ahead and acquire the company. That happens, isn't it? Go ahead and acquire the company, and that's your Wi-Fi router. So you will have lots of computers as well here. The same set of computers. Right? So you acquire your company, acquire the company right next door, and they will have a similar set of configuration, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
So now you got these two set up. What you have to do, you need to set up networking between both of these. And let's say both of these are firewalls. So you have to open the ports for the user who's accessing from here needs to access a web server.
Yeah.
So you need to open the ports between network A and network B,
Yes.
this network and this network.
Yeah.
How do you open that? What is the rule that you write in the firewall? You need to write,
Okay.
the source, destination, port number,
Okay.
protocol,
Yeah.
and status.
Yeah.
So the source, let's say it's 192.168.30.4 and the destination is 192.168.30.8, and because it is web traffic you want to allow port number 80,
Customer.
protocol is
Okay.
TCP, and you'll say allow.
Okay.
Okay, but what if you want to allow all of these machines? That's the web server. You want to allow all of these machines to access this web server. What are we gonna do? Do we write
Okay.
8 different rules for each machine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rules. So that will be source is 4, next is 5, next is 6, next is 7, next is 8, 9, 10, like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
possibility, but you don't want to do that because here 8 number is good. What if you have 1,000 machines?
Yeah.
Right? So you have to allow the whole network. You have to allow the entire network. Now we need to define a network here. So we got 192.168.30.5 with the subnet mask which has 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 24 ones. So I will define the whole network as 192.168.30, which is a network ID, which is a network ID, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I'll put 0/24.
Okay.
Slash,
How did you say 24?
yeah, because it's got 24 ones in the subnet mask.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So if you go walk up to the network guy and say that, hey, my network
Okay.
ID is 192.168.30.0/24, he will
Okay.
understand that 192.168.30 is the network ID. What that means
Okay.
is all the machines in the network will have the same network ID, which is 192.168.30, which is a constant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this last past part is a variable. That means every machine will have a unique number, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that,
Yeah.
right? And then you will also understand that the subnet mask has 24 ones. It means it is 255, 255, 255, 0.
Okay.
That's what it means. It
Yeah.
represents the entire network, all 255 machines in the network. This is what it represents.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what if I say,
Yeah.
instead of this, what if I say /16? Yeah. What does it mean?
It's a class B one.
Right. What if I do /16? What will be the
Subnet
subnet mask?
subnet mask has 16 ones. 255.255.0.0.
Correct.
Yeah.
So in the earlier example, this example, I was saying that we can have 254 machines ideally, because you do
Yes.
not assign 255 to any machine, because 255 is used for broadcast in a network. You do not assign
Yeah.
255. So technically you will have 254 machines, right, in
Yeah.
a subnet
Yeah.
mask which has 24 ones, 255, 255, 255.0. But what if
Yeah.
a network is this, in this kind of network, how many machines am I gonna have? That will be 255 multiplied by 255. 65,000 machines you can have in this network.
Okay.
Okay, because it will start with like this: 192.168.0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 5, 6, 7 till 254. Now 0 is over.
Okay.
Now it will go 192.168 1.0, 1.2, 1.3 till 254. Now 1 is over. Then it will go 2.1, 2.3. So like that, it can go up to 255.1, 255.2, 255. So that way, the number of permutations and combinations it can have in just these two
Okay.
is 255
Mm.
multiplied by 255.
Okay.
Just changing the subnet mask makes a big difference. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
One question is how to find the subnet mask, because previously you said it's 24 ones, now it is 2 ones. Like who will define the subnet mask? This will be the subnet mask for this network. How can we arrive it?
Right. From the architectural perspective, you need to know
Yeah.
how many machines will you
Mm.
have in that network.
Okay. Okay.
So according to that, so this part is a network
Mm.
ID and this part is a host
Yeah.
ID. So these are the
Mm.
IPs that I can give to the host. Will I really have
Okay.
65,000 machines in the network? No. So that's why most of
Okay.
it will go
Depends.
more.
Let's say I bought only the 100 computers, so I just want to decide what will be the subnet mask. I need to assign IP address for the 100 machines. Later, maybe it may go up to 10,000 also. So based on 10,000, or maybe it may go to 1 lakh also. So based on that, I need to plan the IP address planning. In that case, what will be my initial planning?
Well, you start with the initial planning first, right? So this will be
Okay. Yeah.
192.168.30.0/24, which can accommodate your 100
Okay.
machines, of course, more than that.
Yeah.
Once you're done
Yeah.
with that, you create another network,
Mm-hmm.
192.168.40.0/24.
Mm-hmm.
24. Now another
Okay.
25 machines are incorporated. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
In a company which is
Okay.
like 400, 500 seater or 1000 seater, they will have multiple subnet
Mm-hmm.
masks,
Yeah.
multiple networks which are there. So
Mm-hmm.
30.0 is on the first floor, 40.0 is the second floor, like that.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good question. You are creating multiple subnets here, and we'll do
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly the same thing when we are doing data center thing in AWS.
Hmm. So the subnet mask for both networks, it will be 255.255.255.0, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but the network part is changing. This is 40, so this is 30.
Yeah. 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 Yes.
These are private IP addresses. I hope you understand private and public IP address,
Okay.
right? So you understand private
Yes.
IP and public IP, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a range. This is a, yeah. This is a private. For public, there is a range, right?
Right. Anything that I can access from the internet is
Yeah.
public. So if I do
Public. Yes.
CMP
Hmm.
and do ipconfig, you'll see that no, this is the IP
Hmm.
address that's given to me by my Wi-Fi router.
Yes.
But I cannot
Yeah.
access my laptop from the internet
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
my laptop has a different public IP. So if I go to Google
Yes.
and type in here, what is my
Hmm.
IP? That's going
Yeah.
to be my IP. My public
Okay.
IP is different. Private IP is different.
Yes.
Public IPs are
Yes.
accessible from the internet. Private IPs are
Yeah.
accessible within the network.
Network. Yeah.
Now, coming back to this question, how do I allow the
Hmm.
entire network
Yeah.
connect to this web server? So instead of typing
Hmm.
192.168.30.456, I'll just give the whole thing 192.168.30.0/24, which
Yeah.
is the entire network, and the
Okay.
destination, whatever is followed like this.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, so first thing, what you have actually done is created a data center now, right? You created a data
Yeah.
center in two different networks. So if you look at this, uh,
Hmm.
that's your whole network. That's your data center.
Okay.
Now, how do I put it
Okay.
back? Send backwards. Send to back. Okay,
Bring
that's
to.
your entire network,
Okay.
correct? Now,
Hmm.
and again, if I have to draw some more pictures, uh,
Okay.
this is one network.
Okay.
Uh, So you got two different networks here.
Yes.
Network 1, network 2, right? Now,
Yeah.
in this data center that you have, in the room that you have, you created two different networks. This network
Okay.
is getting an IP, is getting an IP range of 192.168.30.0/24,
Okay.
whereas this guy is getting 192.168.40.0/24.
Okay.
You want to have a public and private subnet because the
Okay.
web server that's over here must be public facing, whereas the database
Okay.
server that's here must be private facing. Should not be accessible
Okay.
to the internet, right?
Okay. Yeah.
For that purpose, you will create something called as a gateway. Gateway. You have
Okay.
the default gateway over here, isn't it? Default gateway.
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
create something similar over here and call it the internet gateway, or what we call it as default gateway in our traditional data center. In AWS, we call it as internet gateway,
Okay.
right? Now we are creating all of this in the cloud. This bigger box is called as VPC, a virtual private cloud.
Okay.
And you know what? This VPC also has, this is called as CIDR, CIDR notation.
Okay. Okay.
CIDR stands for
Yeah.
classless inter-domain routing.
Okay.
This subnet has a CIDR, other subnet also has a CIDR. You know what? The VPC also has a CIDR.
Okay.
When you're creating the VPC, you need to give it a CIDR something like this.
Okay.
So you can eventually have 65,000, approximately 65,000 machines in this entire network, but
Okay.
this has been again subnetted and divided into each block, which can have
Okay.
5 machines each.
Mm-hmm.
We can have multiple subnets, 192.168.30.0, 40.0, 41.0, 56.0, whatever.
Okay.
But one rule is that this guy should be a subset of this. It cannot be outside. You cannot
Okay.
create a VPC in the 10.20.0.0 range and have 192 range over here. It should be same. It should be a subset.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, how will you define a VPC?
VPC.
Because you had two subnets. One is 30.0, 40.0, two subnets. Now suddenly you are telling VPC. So why VPC comes into place? Then another one which I didn't get it, the internet gateway. Why I need the internet gateway? So you are telling the typically gateway is a router, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, why do I need an internet gateway over there?
Okay. The internet
To
gateway,
get to be in the public, right?
the outermost box that you see is the VPC. The next
Okay.
box that you see is subnet, subnet 1, subnet 2, right?
Okay.
Now both of these
Okay.
are within that network. All of these machines that are over here, 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, they can talk to each other. But
Okay.
let's say you got a customer who's outside. Is happy.
Okay.
Your customer is outside, which is outside the network.
Mm.
He wants to access your web
Mm.
server. He wants to
Yeah.
access your web server, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he has to get into your VPC. The only way to get into the VPC is through the internet gateway, which is
Yes.
attached to the VPC.
Mm.
So this machine will have a public IP. Oh my God, this is
Okay.
this machine will have a public IP,
Okay.
but you will not be able to RDP to it till the time you allow on the internet gateway,
Yeah.
right? And you also have to write a route.
Okay.
You also have to write a
Mm.
routing table and say that when somebody is
Yeah. Yeah.
connecting from the internet, they can
Yeah.
get into my VPC. That should be the routing table you should
Mm.
write.
Okay.
Okay. So step number 1 to create a
Okay.
VPC is to create a VPC,
Mm-hmm.
then create
Mm-hmm.
subnet 1, subnet 2.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the first step? Create VPC. Second step, create subnet.
Yeah.
Third step,
Okay.
create internet gateway. Fourth step,
Okay.
attach the internet gateway to the VPC.
Okay.
And the fifth step is modify the routes. That's it. Your VPC creation is
Okay.
complete.
Okay.
I
So
think
here, can't I call it as a data center? This
exactly. This is the data center.
it's a data.
It is a
Yeah,
data
this is a data center.
in the cloud.
Okay. Okay.
In the cloud. So once it
Okay.
is created, you can have instances created. Whatever you want to do, you can create instances inside the subnets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's go ahead and actually create one. Yeah. So I'll go to the
Mm-hmm.
VPC section.
Okay.
By the way, I got AWS certified today. I wrote the exam.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Which one you wrote? Architect level or
yeah, architect associate.
architect? Okay, okay. Uh, very good. So how much the cost?
$150.
$150. Okay, okay. So is it based on dumps or like do we need to study?
Well, I did go through a lot of dumps and materials, honestly, but
Okay, okay.
that helped me. You will not get
Mm-hmm.
those questions ditto in the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
in
okay.
the exam you will have. I mean, the questions in the dumps really will help you the way they ask in the questions in the exam.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Okay,
you will also have different scenarios to look into. So it's good to go through the dumps,
okay,
not from the perspective that you have to memorize that question and here is the answer. You don't memorize them. If you understand them, then
okay, okay.
dumps is good.
Good. Okay,
Yeah, you know what I'm trying
okay.
to say, right?
Maybe after. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and create a VPC. Now there are multiple ways of creating a
Okay.
VPC. One is
Mm-hmm.
click on the start VPC wizard and I call this as a dumb way, a dumb method. There is no
Okay.
intelligence here because
Okay.
you do not know because I told you about the 5 steps, right? Here 5 steps.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now here when you click on this and say select,
Mm-hmm.
it will give you a form. You fill
Yeah.
that up,
Yeah.
and say submit,
Okay.
and that's it. It will go ahead and create
Mm-hmm.
the VPC, create those subnets, create the internet gateway, create those routes and everything for you. You will not know anything what's
Okay.
going
Okay.
on in the background,
Mm-hmm.
right? So rather I'll say
Okay.
this is a baby thing. You just fill up the form, create VPC and get that done. That's it. Okay. Now I
Okay.
will prefer that I do the knowledge transfer using a manual method instead of doing the wizard method.
Okay.
That
Okay.
means you will know where to troubleshoot. Okay.
Okay.
So I've got a couple of VPCs here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I got a couple of VPCs, so I created that using when I was doing trainings in Accenture. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and create a VPC. I'll just give it a name, and I'll say Anthony VPC. And like I said, it needs a CIDR block. I'll give it block of let's say 10
Mm-hmm.
dot range, 10 dot 20 dot 0 dot 0 slash 16. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So how should I define this CIDR block based on the?
Based on how many machines you would like to host and capacity planning, like you were saying that my network can have
Mm-hmm.
100 machines today. In 1 year I can grow up to 1 lakh. So I'm just preparing for
Yeah.
that and giving this
Mm-hmm.
CIDR block a bigger range.
Okay.
Okay, tenancy means
Okay.
when you're creating a machine in this
Mm-hmm.
VPC, they will either go to default
Mm-hmm.
or dedicated. You know the difference between default and dedicated. Default is shared
No.
multi-tenancy.
Okay.
Default is shared. Dedicated means you will get a dedicated host.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, create that. Okay, there's a problem here. The problem.
Yeah. I think you had reached the maximum number of VPCs allowed, right?
There's a limit here. So if you want more than 5 VPCs, that's the limit actually. I want, if I want more than that, I can send a justification to AWS and have them increase
Mm.
my limits. But for now, let's
Okay.
do that pain and just get rid of some of these.
Mm.
Okay, some problem. Let's go ahead and delete something else. All right, that's gone. So I'll do the same thing now. Give it a name. Serial block.
Okay.
10.20.0.0/16. Keep it default.
Okay.
That's it.
Mm.
So my data center is created. But within the data
Okay.
center, what I need next is subnets.
Yeah.
Subnets. Let's go ahead and click on subnets and create a subnet. Am I fast, Anthony? Is this space okay?
Yes, it okay, but the screen is slow. You are very fast, the screen is slow.
Okay, let me know when you see the create subnet screen.
Yeah. Yeah, got it, got it.
Okay. Now, what I aspire here is to create this
Mm.
network, public and a private.
Okay.
Okay. So what I will do is
Okay.
give it a name nicely. Say Anthony underscore public underscore subnet. Okay. And it goes into which VPC? This VPC. Availability zone. Now every region on the top right hand side, do you see this North Virginia? Like that, there are multiple regions. There's one in there are two in the east coast of United States, two in the west coast of the US. There's a couple of them in the European region. There's one in Seoul, Korea, one in Singapore. Well, there's one in Mumbai. There's one in Beijing, etc. Now, every region has something called as availability zones. North Virginia has 4. That does not mean that every region has 4. Like Mumbai has just 2. Anthony, hello? Hello.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, actually. Okay. Right.
Okay.
So yeah. So this machine has a sorry, not the machine. The subnet will go into
Okay.
one of the availability zones in each of those regions. Every region has availability zones.
Okay.
And those availability zones are connected with low latency links. Totally different networks.
Mhm. Okay.
So just that is only for disaster recovery purposes. If one goes down, there's another gonna be up and running like that. So I will have one created
So
in
is it a region, right? Region and zone are both the same, right?
availability zone. Now you will have zones inside a region.
Okay. 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 Then what is a region?
The region is larger network like North Virginia, Singapore data center,
Okay.
Mumbai data center,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Korea data center, Singapore data center, and inside
Mm-hmm.
that, inside each
Mm-hmm.
data center or a region, you will have zones
Okay.
called as availability zones or
Okay.
also called as AZs.
What is that?
AZ, AZ, AZ,
Okay.
is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these availability zones are actually connected to each other using
Okay.
low latency links.
Okay.
Just in case if one goes down, the other will be available.
Okay.
Okay, that's the purpose of having an availability zone. So it's asking you where do you want to host
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'll host in 1A and give that a CIDR block as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I
Okay.
was explaining in this example that if you have
Okay.
192.168.0.0/16 as the CIDR for the VPC, the subnet
Mm-hmm.
cannot have 10 dot range. It must
Okay.
be a subset,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
let's try to do that actually. Okay. Go ahead and create it. It must be, it says valid. Okay, slash. Look at the error message. 192.168.30.0/24 is not inside the range of 10.20.00/16. 10.20.00/16
Yeah.
is a CIDR block of the VPC that we created. And you're creating inside that
Perfect.
VPC. So it's not accepting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it must be
Okay.
in this range. So I will make it 10.20.20.30. Okay.
Okay.
Now it will accept.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's that.
Okay.
So your VPC called as Anthony VPC must be there somewhere in the list. All right, awesome.
Yeah.
There's a limit for the number of subnets as well. Like you have 5 VPCs as a limit. The number of subnets that you can create
Mm-hmm.
is 200.
Okay.
All right, so I'll give it another one which is Anthony underscore private this time. So
Mm-hmm.
what's some okay. First one was in 1A. This one I'm going to keep in different
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Going to do 10 dot 20 dot. The first one was 30, so this one I'll make it 40 dot 0/24.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
What is the next step here?
Then we need to create that internet gateway.
Correct. So you got this one, both of these created. See,
Okay.
right? Awesome. Let's go ahead and create an internet gateway. Just a moment.
Okay.
Just a minute. Okay. So let's go ahead and create the internet gateway. I'll call it as Anthony underscore IGW for internet gateway and create that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, the fourth step was to attach an internet gateway to the VPC. So I'll right click on the gateway
Yeah.
and say attach to the
Mm.
VPC, and that's it, I'm done.
Okay.
It's going to actually give me a pop-up as to which VPC do you want to connect it to, because I've got multiple.
Yeah.
But in the drop down,
Mm.
it will show just the one which does not have a gateway
Okay.
attached. So I've got no, I think my data
Mm.
center does not have a gateway. So let's attach it to this one.
Mm.
Okay, it's done.
Okay.
So I've done how many steps? 4. The fifth step
Yeah.
is to go to the routing table and
Mm.
look at my routing. Which one is it? All right, this one, right? Anthony VPC.
Yeah.
This VPC has a unique name, right? Go to
Mm.
routes.
Yeah.
Now, what it means, this route means that the network is routable within the subnets, within the network.
Okay.
It's not publicly accessible. The VPC is
Okay.
not publicly accessible. Now, if I want it to be
Yeah.
publicly accessible, I'll edit the route.
How do you say it is accessible between 30 and 40?
Okay, it's still not accessible between 30 and 40. If you want to be it to be accessible between
Yeah.
30 and 40, you have to
Yeah.
modify the security groups.
Okay.
But for now, this is routing. Routing means that the machines within 10,
Okay.
20, 00, 16 are routable within each other.
Mm.
You still have to modify the security group.
Okay. Mm.
This is step number 1. Step number 2 is to modify the security groups. If you want uh, data traffic to be between
Yeah.
subnet A and subnet B.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and add another route. Now here,
Mm.
you need to put the IP address of the customer. Let's say you are
Okay.
creating it for the customer, and the customer needs to
Mm.
access the machines which are there in your public network. So you
Okay.
need to put his public IP.
Mm.
But for now, so I can
Mm.
either go to Google and type in what is my IP and put that over here.
Okay.
Put that
Okay.
here. So I will be able to RDP to my machines. Or I
Mm.
can do this 00000 slash 16.
Okay.
That means
Mm.
slash 0. That means
Mm.
anybody on the internet will be able to access it. Now it's open to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And traffic will come to where?
Okay.
Traffic will come to the internet gateway. So if I click on it, my IGW will automatically appear. You see that? See? So
Okay.
then
Okay.
that's it. I am done. The VPC is ready. Your data center
Okay.
is ready.
Mm.
Right? Now it is time
Okay.
to go to EC2 and maybe you can launch
Mm.
machines. But you know what?
Mm.
There's one more thing that you need to do. Just
Yeah.
giving it a name, just giving it a name public and just giving it a name private does not make them public and private. Right? We gave a name.
The voice was breaking.
Yeah. I was saying that we created two subnets. One is
Mm.
public and other is
Yeah.
private.
Yeah.
But I was saying that
Okay.
no, just giving it a name public does not make it public. Just giving it a name private does not make it private. I want the machines in the public subnet to get
Okay.
a public IP. That
Mm.
means that the machines in the public network must be automatically getting
Okay.
public IPs,
Okay.
right? And there's a setting over here that you do. So on the
Mm.
public subnet, you'll go ahead and
Okay.
right click and say modify auto
Mm.
IP settings. Now give that a read.
Okay.
So on the Anthony public subnet, I right clicked and selected
Mm.
auto assign IP settings. So
Okay.
it means that if I check this, it means that the machines in the public subnet will be automatically getting an IPv4 public address. So they will be accessible
Okay.
from the internet.
Okay.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's got it's got a okay. So let's go ahead and launch. So you
Okay.
understood that, right?
Okay. So what about the other one? Like for other subnet also, whenever a machine is created, I just want to get a auto IP for that in
It
the
will get
private
a
network also.
it will get a private IP. It will not get a public IP. If you want the machines in the
Yeah, yeah.
private IP to get private subnet to get one public IP, then you can
Mm.
select that.
No, no, private IP. So will that get automatically? Let's
Private
say if I
IP will
launch
get automatic.
instance in that network. What did you say?
Private IPs it will get automatically. For public IPs only you need to select that.
Okay, okay, okay. So based on the CIDR assigned, it will get the private IP. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So don't I need a router to connect the private and public network?
Yes, you will need. You will need a subnet. You will need security groups. If you go to security group
Okay,
section,
okay.
the security groups are automatically
Hmm.
created. The security groups are attached.
Okay.
Security groups are attached at a network at a instance level.
VPC
Security
level or
instance level. Yes, instance level.
okay.
So here you see that all the traffic is allowed between that security group. So if you keep on attaching instances to this security group, they will be able to talk
Hmm.
to each other. But if you create
Okay,
different
okay.
security groups for different instances, they will not talk to each other.
Hmm.
If you attach instances
Okay, okay.
to this security group only, they will talk to each other.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go to EC2 and I'll launch some instance. Yeah, maybe a Linux image. Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and give 1 GB RAM or something. And here in the drop down, I'll see the new VPC that we created.
Okay.
And then I'll see this one as well. Which subnet do you want to add it to? Click on public.
Hmm.
Now it says it
Hmm.
picked up the setting. It picked up that setting, auto assign public IP. It has use subnet setting.
Okay.
The subnet setting is enabled. But if I select private, this will be
Hmm.
disabled. It will not get a public IP.
Okay.
But I can optionally choose to have a public IP in a private subnet as well.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So I'll give it public, enable. And for now, I'll
Hmm.
skip all those options and say add storage. That's 8 GB, that's good. Give it a tag. Let's name it like web server, security group. All right, security group, port number 22 from anywhere. 000 is everywhere. You can launch.
Yeah.
So I'll create a new key pair. You know all of this, right? Key pair thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So we gotta just wait for it to launch. The
Okay.
private machines in the private network will not have a public IP now.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No, so far so good.
Yeah, VPC is the first topic that we should be talking. And then EC2, and
Okay.
then load balancing, auto scaling.
Okay.
Then you can go to storage
Hmm.
and cloud formation and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everything eventually has to sit inside the data center.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was thinking a standalone computer.
A standalone computer will still go into the VPC, which is the default one.
Okay.
In every region like
Hmm.
this, every region, North Virginia, Ohio, and all of these, every region will give you a default VPC. So without VPC, you cannot create a standalone machine. A VPC is a must.
Okay. Hmm.
That's connecting. I'll pick up the putty. There are any which ways. I don't have to
Yeah.
put it in, but it's got a public IP here, right? To put in.
Hmm.
It's got a
Yeah.
private IP as well.
Hmm.
The private IP was in this range,
Hmm.
right? 10, 20, 30 range. And the other one was 10, 20, 40 range.
Okay.
Got the same IP from the cider of the public.
Hmm.
Okay. You know all of this, right? Putty, then thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need to download the putty key generator also, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Where did I keep it? Wait, one more time. That's it, yeah. The default user is EC2-user, right?
Okay.
Yeah, in Linux, the default is EC2. So it works, yeah, for commands and, whatever.
Yeah.
That was about VPC.
Okay.
Alright, so that's how it is. So I'm gonna close this. So any questions about the VPC thing?
Okay. So you created a external user, like then we attach that to the internet gateway. So how can we create that scenario? Like you gave like anyone from the outside can connect to this public network, right?
Yes,
How can we test that?
that's what we did. We just connected, right? From the public. I did a putty, right?
Okay. So you, hmm.
I did a putty from the external. We
Okay.
connected.
Hmm.
You saw that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So is it from the because what is the subnet you gave? 20.40, right? 40 or 30?
This one is 30. The public one was 30. The private one was 40.
Okay. Okay. Private one was 40. Okay. But however, we get a private and public IP, right? For even though if you create an instance with a default VPC, you get a public IP as well as private IP, right? Both.
When you're creating an instance, you have those options whether you want to make it a public or private,
Okay.
right? Remember in the drop down,
Yeah. Hmm.
you want to see?
Okay.
By default, if you do not have any VPC, there will be one default VPC. It's not okay.
One.
See, this is what you will get, the default one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you'll get, and all of these are there. It will get a public IP because it is set to enable over here. If you set it disable, it will
Yeah.
not get a
Okay.
public IP.
Okay. So anyone, so default VPC will have access from any kind of public network, right?
Default
The
VPC,
default
yes,
VPC
yes.
one.
It will have access to public network because of this setting.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, great. So, all right. So we will talk more about VPC tomorrow and also something on load balancers. If time permits, we'll go for
Okay.
autoscalers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll take
Okay.
topic by topic every day.
Okay.
Okay. So unless you have any questions, we can
Okay.
stop for the day and take it again tomorrow same time if you're okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we will connect tomorrow.
Yeah, same time is okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Same time is fine.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Anthony.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Yeah.